From Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
And with that, we say good evening to you all. Welcome inside another edition of The Locker Room. Back and better than ever. I am Justin Prince. That man is Elijah Collins. And Elijah, it's here. Yes. The final week of the regular season for high school football here in the Hoosier State.
Yeah, that's right. And as we get set for week 9, 4 of our area conference races have already been decided. The SAC, the NECC, big and small division, the NLC, and the ACAC are all spoken for. But the TRC and the NE8 both have hardware yet to hand out.
Yeah, and when it comes to the NE8, you really couldn't have written a better script for it. Norwell, Columbia City both came into this finale unbeaten at 6-0 in conference play, and as fate would have it, the two square off tonight for the NE8 crown. So it's an absolute no-brainer that we make that matchup the Locker Room's game of the week for the final week of the regular season. 4A number 10, C City visiting 3A number 3, Norwell, for that NE8 title. Let's get you down to Ossian Knights, unbeaten on the season, looking for their first outright conference title since 2006. Wow. Eagles, they're 7-1 on the year. They're eyeing their first outright crown since 1990. Let's get you to the highlights, shall we? Third quarter, Norwell with an 8-point edge and driving until Luke Graff gets stripped right here. Martin Smith going to recover the fumble, and C City takes over with a short field. First play of that next drive, Eagles pounce. Reverse, you're going to see it eventually. Bad camera work by me here.
All good.
Goes to Ethan Sievers, and Sievers is off to the races with a convoy in front of him. He basically is untouched for the touchdown. 2-point conversion, no good. Norwell up 2 there. Ensuing touch for the Knights. They march right back down the field. Pitch to John Colbert. He finds a seam. Drug down just short of the end zone, but it sets up first and goal. A few plays after that, Colbert, he's going to get in with ease. Untouched, makes it a 9-point Norwell lead. Now, C City would get the ball back, and they were looking to answer right after. Colton Piper, though, he's going to be picked off here by Trace Mosier over the middle. Right. That interception would lead to a Norwell field goal. It would put them up 24-12, but get this, C City scores 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, and they come back to take the NE8 title 25-24. Wow. It's their first outright conference crown since 1990, first conference title for them since 2010. Congrats to Coach Fox and
Shout out to C City. All right, for our next stop, we head over to Leo. See the Lions host the Decatur Barons. We start this off in the third quarter. Leo's already up 27-10. It's going to be Kyler Decker airs it out, but it's picked off by corner Caden Pettis. Cal will take the possession. Some good hands there. Later that drive, QB Tegan Irk is going to hit Donnie Wiley for the sweet grab.
He's been out most of the year. Good to see him back.
And he's going to get the first down for their Barons. So moving the ball. And this time, Irk, here he is again, hits Wiley again with the nice drop back pass for another first down. The Barons gaining momentum after that possession. Irk airs it out again. This time hits the tight end, Derek Overbay, who fights his way to a few yards. Cal gets all the way to the red zone, but they can't connect on the score. Still 27-10. And Tegan Irk adds in a 285 yards through the air as well just before halftime. Decker hands it off to Max Leffler. It's going to pop off for a huge run, and everyone wants to gets to see him. And Leo misses the field goal, but they're up 27-10 at halftime. They go on to win this one 41-17. Max Leffler sets a school record, 301 yards and adds 3 TDs.
Pretty good night for him. Next, we head down to good old Decatur. East Noble, Belmont, first quarter. Knights already up 7. Belmont answers. Isaac Bodkins in for the 4-yard touchdown. Belmont hops on the board. Second quarter, still square at 7. That is until Xander Brazel finds David Sturdivant. East Noble takes the lead, and they weren't giving it back. Still second quarter. East Noble's up 14 now. Brazel doing it himself. This time in from 5 yards out. Knights cruise tonight. 49-7, your final from Decatur. Elsewhere in the NEA, final stop there. New Haven takes care of Huntington North this evening, 32-21 to finish their regular season.
All right, over to Wayne High School now. Generals hosting the Carroll Chargers. Kick-off return. Here it is by Nathan Starks. Puts the Chargers in Wayne territory to start off, but wouldn't be there too long after that possession. 2 plays later, it's going to be James Sullivan.
He's been pretty
Jimmy
good.
Sullivan,
Been pretty good with the ball all year, so that's surprising.
Pretty good, but unfortunately, that's picked off by Deontay Williams there. A few plays later, it's going to be a slant to Harold Mack. Here it is. Nice pass there. Gain some there. Next play, it's going to go to Christian Trimble this time. We're going to see him for the slight roll to the right side. Finds Mack again, getting closer to the end zone. And to finish it off, who else are you going to go to? I'm going to guess Mack. And you'll see him spike the ball at the end there. And here's why. Right before those last 3 plays, there was about 15 to 20 minute delay. Jacob Sharon went down hard with a right leg injury after catching the pass and went to the hospital. We're hoping he's okay. Carroll goes on to win, though. They'll get the victory 45-8.
All right, next stop in the SAC comes over at Spooler Stadium. 7-1 Snyder hosting 4-4 Bishop Lewis to close the season. Second quarter, already a 7-point Snyder lead, and the offense ain't done yet. Handoff to Langston Level. Takes it upfield for a nice gain of about 15 there. Panthers moving the chains. I like the cutaway there. Hey. Later on in the drive, Kieron Billingsley fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, drops the dime into the hands of Lincoln Burke. Snyder's not able to get a touchdown on the drive, though, but they would get something. That's Nick Talamantes with a field goal. Puts them up by 10. Kind of screwed me up a little bit last year a couple times. But hey, once you're good enough, we get to know you.
There you go.
And then on the offensive end for the Knights, handoff to Gio Jimenez. Splits upfield for a good carry, but the Panthers offense, they would be the better of the 2 this evening. Snyder rolls tonight, 52-7. They finish the regular season 8-1.
All right, let's get you out to Chambers Field. We got the Legends and Cadettes take center stage. Northside looking to protect their home turf as they ride a 5-game win streak. First offensive drive for the Legends. Bodie Dixon fakes the handoff and fakes me out, unfortunately. Just like that, Northside adds an easy 6 on the board. Field goal would be good. Northside with an early lead. And on the other end for the Cadettes, Eli Maddox hands it off to Landon Kaczynski, but the peel slides right out of his hands, and a rough go for the Cadettes. On their first drive, Legends regain possession. They know what to do with it from there. Ball goes into the hands of Jonte Lambert.
One of the best running backs.
Might as well.
Man, he's
roll out the red carpet.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good. Takes it to the crib for another 6. Northside takes the win 48-21. They finish the regular season 7-2.
All right, second to final stop in the SAC, comes over at Shields Field. Bishop Dwenger hosted Northrop. Dwenger trying to close the season on a high note after taking a tough loss last week against Snyder. Second half, just under 20 seconds to play. Keani Bates launches downfield, but that is C.J. Davis, the Marshall commit, coming up with the big INT. Dwenger goes into the break, up 24, but in the second half, Bruins going to try and pick up where they left off. Bates sends the long ball again, this time connects with Matt Morgan. Yeah. Bruins pick up the first down, but nothing would come out of the drive. Dwenger eventually gets the ball over on their 8-yard line, and I think you know what happens next. Toby Tittman cruises into the end zone. Dwenger cruises tonight, 45-20 the final. Dwenger finishes the year with a 6-3 record.
All right, staying in Fort Wayne now, Southside hosting Homestead. Pick it up in the second half. Tyler McMahon finds Tyler Foss for a nice gain. Spartans trying to push him forward against a swarm of Southside players. In the next play here is McMahon calls his own number, this time here up the middle, gets them within 10 yards. It's a good play there, and a little later, McMahon again up the middle. He's going to go right then, gets thrown down by Jeremy Irby. He's been doing work tonight.
Yeah, apparently.
He's a good player, trying to take it something up the middle, but struggling in the red zone. Mahomes trying to find something. He rolls left this time, but Michael King right on his tail. Gets the sack in south side. It's making it hard for Homestead here. They'd attempt a field goal. Here it is. You're going to see this next possession, 4th down, but would miss. Didn't matter. They were up by a few touchdowns already. Homestead gets the victory 49-6.
And hey, speaking of Homestead, congrats to the Spartan boys tennis team. They beat Culver Academy's 3-2 in the state quarterfinals down at Carroll this morning. Spartan's going to face Lafayette Harrison tomorrow at 10 a.m. in the state semis. All right, it's time for our first break of the night, but don't go anywhere. Still got more high school football on tap for y'all. Adams Central looks to lock up a perfect season. Tippy Valley eyeing another TRC title. Those highlights and plenty more for you coming up right after the break.
We're the South Adams Starfires. Don't go anywhere. The locker room blazes on right after this.
This is the Locker Room.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Well, despite losing arguably 4 of their top players and more from last season, Adams Central said prior to this year they didn't expect to rebuild, rather just reload, Elijah.
Yeah, and I'd sure say they have, JP. The AC has already rolled all season long. They're 8-0, have already clinched the ACAC crown, and are now just 1 win away from their first unbeaten season since 2018.
Yeah, and the Jets are up in Woodburn tonight to close out their regular season, taking on Woodland. Start things off here. AC gets the ball, and they're going to give it to their horse. Keegan Bloom gets it. Hill's going to take it a long, long way before he's finally taken down. Gets him down deep inside Woodland territory. That is a big man to take down, too. Later on that drive, Ryan Black hands it off to the other Ryan on that team, Ryan Tester. He takes it in for the Jets score. And they take a 7-0 lead. Warriors would get the ball, but not for long. Jacob Snyder fumbles the snap. Big man Zach Worm falls on it for AC.
Big Worm.
And then shortly after, Tester would take it in again, his second touchdown of the night. Jets go up 2 scores. AC wouldn't stop there. A little bit later, Ryan Black, how about a little bit of window dressing? Takes it all the way himself. So many weapons. We've said it so many times this year. So many dudes. Ryan Tester, Keegan Bloom,
you name
Ryan
it, Black.
Yeah, you name it, you got it. AC rolls. They're 9-0 on the season. They finish 9-0. They win 42-7.
All right, over to Heritage. Patriots hosting Jay County. Heritage up 22-0 in the second quarter. Sheesh, Isaac Nagy gets the handoff, doesn't get far. Next play, though, it's going to be Rylan Whitaker with the flow hair. Ooh, nice hair there. Unfortunately, we can't
Love
really
a good
see
head
it,
of
though,
lettuce.
but yeah, fighting his way through for 6. Extra point was good. It's 29-0 Patriots. Jay County trying to make something happen. Sean Bailey launches it, but he's picked off by number 12, Braden Walter. Heritage gets it back. Now it's going to be Kobe Meyer. Finds Tanner Whitman near the sideline there for a 1st down. Just a few plays later, only need a couple yards for a 5 TD lead. Myers takes it himself and takes a few Jay County guys with him. Extra point dinked off the crossbar. It's all good, though. But Heritage still up 35-0. They go on to win 42-7.
Shout out to Coach Coltman and company. What a year for them. Staying in the ACAC. 1A number 10, South Adams finishing its season on the road at Southern Wells tonight. Stars got the ball first, started moving right down the field. Maverick Somerset takes the pitch, finds some room, picks up the nice little gain. A little bit later in the drive, Somerset going right back to him. Gets a handoff once again. This time, heading left. I'd say it works out for him again. Picks up her 1st down, but hey, get this. The Southern Wells defense would hold. 4th down, long
Check
to
him
go.
out.
Owen Warner looking for the end zone, but he's going to be picked off in the back of the end zone by Brian Gearhart. Gets that foot down. Raiders take over, but on the ensuing touch, Well, they would give it right back to South Adams and then some. Third down, Jensen Nussbaumer throws it right to Silas Loshi, and that's not the guy you want to throw it to. There he goes. Loshi takes it back for the pick six. Stars take an 8-0 lead, never look back. They cruise to the 49-8 dub. They finish the year 7-2.
Our final stop down south comes at Fred Park Field, Bluffton, hosting Lakeland for a non-conference.
Big Daddy Kunks, what up?
Tigers were the first to get on the board in this one. First quarter, Anthony Cruz takes the handoff, makes a couple dudes miss. Nice shake and bacon. There he goes, practically untouched in the end zone for 6. 7-0 Tigers. Ensuing touch for Lakeland. Here it is, Bluffton playing a little D here. Third down, Lucas Garrett comes up with the sack. It's a good tackle there, forces fourth down. The Tigers get the ball back after the punt and march right downfield again.
Kamel
Moore. I didn't want to mess up his name. Rips off a nice run inside the tackles for the first down later in the drive. Handoff goes back to Cruz once again, and just like the first time, well, he's in for another Bluffton score. Tigers take a 14-point lead and never look back. They win 28-7.
All right, we head up north now to NECC country, east side, visiting Angola. First quarter, no score. Dax Holman, Mr. Bowling Ball himself, gets in for the touchdown. Blazers take an early lead. Second quarter, still a 7-0 game. Carson Jacobs, how do you do? Welcome to the show. He's in for the touchdown. It's 14-0. And then, hey, if two's good, why not again? You get a touchdown. You get a touchdown.
Everyone gets a touchdown.
That was Dax Holman. Blazers cruise 28-7. Your final tonight.
All right, some more scores around the area. Garrett gets the 40-23 win over Central Noble. Churubusco comes up with the victory over Fairfield, 35-14.
Elsewhere in the NECC, Fremont steps out of conference, takes down Lake Station tonight, 28-12. West Noble all over Prairie Heights, 51-13.
All right, Tippecanoe Valley aims to clinch the Three Rivers Conference title tonight and cap off an undefeated season. A first trip to Southwood, who grab share of the title with the win tonight. Scoreless in the first. The Knights are pushing, but this pass gets too much air. Lennon Dirks plucks it out of the air to set up the Vikings offense. Early in the second quarter, Tippy Valley makes it count. Nate Parker brings it in. They go for two and don't get it, unfortunately, so the Vikings take a 6-0 lead. Trying to respond, here comes the Southwood offense. But out of nowhere, Carl Parker swats the ball away. Trent Marshall picks it up. He's going to take off running. He's brought down just before the end zone. No worries for Tippy Valley, though. Nate Parker takes it in again, but the Vikings' mistakes start to pile up. Another missed two-point conversion leads the lead at 12 points. They couldn't protect it.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
Southwood down 12-6 at halftime.
Yeah.
And they come back all the way to win this one.
But Southwood makes the big play. The Knights win 28-26. The TRC crown is split by Southwood, Tippy Valley, and Rochester.
Wow, what a game. All right, elsewhere in the TRC tonight, Whitco visiting Wabash. Wildcats looking for win number 1, but yeah, that's not going to happen, unfortunately. Spoiler alert. The Apaches got out to an early lead, and they never gave it back. Finding ways to make plays, that's Isaac Wright, finding positive yards, but that's Keaton Fields. A little bit of blocking here for him. Reaches the end zone untouched from 29 yards out. Apaches take a 35-point lead in the first half, and it was all defense from there for Wabash. Wildcats can't get anything going here on the ground. Apache defense gonna hold strong, and then after a little bit of that, you're gonna see playing some defense through the air. Whitco couldn't get out of their own way. Drop pass, going to stall the Wildcat drive. Wabash runs away with things tonight. 49-0, your final from Alumni Field. Elsewhere in the TRC, Peru takes down Manchester, edging them 19-18. North Miami takes down Northfield tonight, 28-16, your final in that one.
And the scores in the area, Mishawaka gets the victory over Wawasee, 54-21 the final, and Warsaw also takes down Northridge, 35-21.
All right, time for our play of the night. We're going to head right back down to the courtyard. Why would
What do we got tonight?
You know, I might have lost the play a little bit in the shuffle.
It's all good.
But gosh dang it,
that
it's
fast.
one heck of a play. Ethan Sievers, welcome to the play of the night, young fella.
Shout out to Sievers.
C-City goes on the road, wins their first conference crown since 1990, takes down previously unbeaten Norwell. I'd say that's worthy of a top play of the night.
It's worthy.
Congrats to the Eagles on the NE8 title and the victory this evening.
Good stuff.